Yo, Alpern here, and today I'm bringing you a short little cast game analysis between the two players Isildur, which hardly really needs an introduction. He's one of the best players we have in this community. He's been winning a lot of tournaments the past years and has had some insane streaks on the Automatch ladder. And his opponent is none other than Abradolf. Now, I've featured this Abradolf on this channel before in a cast. You can go check that out if you want to. But Abradolf is a very special player. He has approximately 30,000 games as Ostier only in the 1v1s. And he basically does the exact same strat with limited success. He's hovering around that 50% win rate. Which you could argue is pretty bad with 30,000 games. But if you're trying to perfect this strat, there's going to be a lot of losses, right? That's usually what happens, no matter what type of strat you're trying to accomplish. And I think this game really showcases how much preparation really matters, because Abradolf has really perfected this strategy, and this is something you will really see how well he's prepared, his positioning, his pathing when delivering the blows. Really cool to see. And yeah, I just really wanted to feature this player style. And I think for you guys, this could be a really learning experience. Even for me, it is. Learning how to pull this off yourself. Looking at what he is doing, and also looking how Isildur is actually reacting, and to some degree failing to react to a lot that Abradolf is doing. So yeah, low elo legend here versus one of the best players of our community, and Jesus, what a match! Enjoy. We have none other than Isildur, the tournament player, the very strong player. Has been at top of the leaderboards with some of the highest win rates versus some of the strongest players. Also winning some of the most tournaments in the past years. Playing South here as the Soviets on Langreskaya. And facing him we have none other than quite an infamous player. I would like to believe that. We're gonna take a look at this guy's player card. But he has something along the lines of 30,000 Ostier games, and only Ostier, at approximately 50% win rate. And his name, he goes by many names, just like Sauron, if you watch the latest Rings of Power episode. He's a man of many names. And most commonly you see him playing under the alias of Abradolf. Now Abradolf does a very peculiar strat, and we're gonna see if he can pull the strat off here versus none other than Isildur. So yes, I'm going to refer as Ronsheim here as Abradolf, because that's the one I've seen the most. As we have the first couple of engagements going down here. And he's already picked his doctrine, going for the mechanized assault doctrine. This used to be very popular, especially among specific players such as Von Ivan, basically perfect in this. But very interesting here. We see grenadiers, we see assault grenadiers. And look at what he's doing already. He's slowly creeping up here towards the cutoff. Very nice play here, even avoiding the center, Just slowly finding basically a hole in Isildur's defense here, finding this cutoff. So very nicely done there. Of course it doesn't cut off a lot just yet, but still quite impactful. And this machine gun is in a very interesting spot, right? And he's wiring off the flank. Meaning Isildur, if he's to flank this, needs to go around like this. And not only that, even if he pulls the flank off, there's assault grenadiers here on the field stopping any flanks. So this cutoff is probably going to remain in Abradolf's hands. Now Isildur here is trying to react. It looks like he's capturing the right side, but on Langreskaya, this point acts as a cutoff here for the right side, and Abradolf is controlling both. So looking at the income here for Isildur, it's not looking very high. I mean, for Abradolf it's not much higher because he's not been capturing points, but it certainly is higher than none. So yeah, incredibly nice start here. Also we see some more wire. I presume this is to stop any flanks through like this, or like charges. And we have a second machine gun here for Abradolf. And I mean, what do? You need kind of a machine gun here. And what is this, a bunker? Yeah, so Abradolf basically has around 30,000 games at around 50% win rate. And basically every single game he does the same thing. And I'm assuming that's why he's changing aliases. To, you know, kind of hide the strategy which he's going to try to pull off here. But yeah, second and machine gun are going to cover that flank. And yeah, these assault grenadiers just stopping all the flanking going on. And what a strategy, and it's actually working. It's actually working. We're 4 minutes in, and I will say Abradolf is in a much better position. Getting that command post, which means you can reinforce from it. And then you can also get the healing in order to get to heal. So he's got that forward position. He's got the machine gun covering the base entrance. And the other path is basically wired off, right? Wow, this is incredible. And this is one of the top players of his branch, right? He went sweeper here, he's gonna cut up this wire. So certainly he is going to get a flanking route here, but this second machine gun is kind of already covering that.
Our HQ is under attack. We have a mortar team available.
We have a combat engineer here who's been capturing, he's going for that cutoff himself here, but surely one grenadier should be able to pull back and force that off. And yeah, what a position this is.
We are losing a sector.
It's just incredible how effortless he makes this look. Like, if you have 30,000 games with one strategy, surely it's gonna be quite strong, right? And I can't wait myself to actually try this out. But it's just so calculated the way he did this. Like, he's done this so many times. It's so well thought of. And, you know, it even works versus some of the best players here. So really strong strategy, really well prepared. It's like when, you know, you see chess games and that one guy has practiced a very strange opening because he knows every single combination his opponent can do and is basically calculated all those lines. So very cool here to see a, you would call it a weaker player, because 50% win rate is generally not considered very strong. So yeah, very cool.
Defend our headquarters. The sector has been cut off.
And yeah, he's just pulling back. I don't think he can reinforce. We'll see if he gets the model here. He does get it, even though... Oh, wait. Never mind. Of course, this is Langreskaya again, and the VP actually connects all the way back to the base here. So he is still connected, so he can still reinforce from that bunker, even though the cutoff is taken. So even though he has no points... he's still getting resources from these three. So this is basically just an inverse CoH2 game, because he's controlling all of his opponent's points, while his opponent is controlling the rest. But Isildur is getting no income here. He has, you know, he's got his 7 fuel. That's what he's running with.
Foes are behind our lines. Headquarters attacked.
And yeah, and the position seems to be holding. These machine gun positions. I presume he's going for a mortar here. I don't know what else he could want from the tier 2. A sys gun here. A sys gun, you might think it's smart, but he doesn't have the munitions income to use the barrage a lot either. He can use it once and then he can destroy this basically. But I'm not sure. And the mortar. Almost getting the engineer there. Yeah, really strong preparation from Abradolf here. As Isildur is still trying. This might even be a machine gun bunker at this point. Do have the sys gun here. Presume it's going to attempt the sys barrage, but you know, that munitions income is so low, right? It's just so low. Let's see here, if Abradolf can react in time, he really needs to turn this machine gun around. Unless he can get the machine gun in time. But yeah, there you go, sys barrage. And Abradolf is not moving, he's simply reinforcing. And there you go, the MG bunker is now up. As the mortar is, and the Gran is barraging the Siskan. And all of the conscripts are forced back, and once again... Oh, he stops the retreat path there. That is interesting. Could attempt the incendiary rounds here to maybe get a cheeky wipe even. Don't know if that would have mattered. Would have been interesting to know though. Good thing to note in chat. Incendiary rounds do a shit ton of damage, even on retreating squads. So I would definitely say it's worth an attempt there. But yeah, I mean, we're 8 minutes in, and Isildur has held his cutoff for approximately like 10 seconds at the start. Just again, incredible how much you can do with such a simple strat, and just, you know, good preparation. He knew where he put his machine gun. He knew where to put the wire, and you know, it just really worked out so well here, finding a opening in Isildur's forces, right? As he's trying to remove this, it's gonna be hard to hit that with attack rounds. He does go a 120mm mortar here, which surely is gonna help him quite a bit. But you know, if he's basically, what, 2-3 minutes away? He got battle phase 2 there, right? No, he didn't. What the hell did he get? Did he wait so long for battle phase 1? That is interesting. I guess he has never held the fuel, so he didn't get the income, but Jesus Christ, this 120 is gonna... It's gonna make some quick work of this. Oh my. Yeah. Slowly falling apart now that Isildur is adapting here to the position that he's put in. Keeps reinforcing. Retargeted on the flanking squad. Well done. MG is holding. Position is struggling. Isildur did finally connect that cutoff, which will get him some resources, but he's still so far away from a vehicle. And surely these squads will move up. We see Vet 1 ability used there. I don't think he has healing yet. No, he doesn't. So he's using the Vet 1 of the Pioneer. As the 120mm is already Vet 1, getting the delayed fuse ability, which actually would be really useful here, right? You can use it on like the position here.
We have a forward structure under attack.
There you go, the forward reinforce point is gone, which means Abradolf needs to start moving his units here just to get away from the line of fire of the barrages. Siskan seems to be trying to line up here on the machine gun bunker. But again, you know, Abradolf is holding here somehow. There you go. He hits once. And this mortar basically seems to be firing here at all times, hitting the retreating squads.
Our opponents, the enemy is attacking one of our forward buildings.
Okay. So it seems Abradolf is pulling off here a bit and trying to capture the map. Now, this is also a thing in chess. I'm gonna make some chess parallels here. But with attacking in chess, you basically have two goals. You either try to mate your opponent's king, or you try to end up in a position where you're slightly favored. And I think that's kind of what Abradolf is doing here, right? He's kind of realizing he doesn't want to overstay. And he's trying to pull off and try to capitalize on this attack that is done as much as possible, right? He can get battle phase 2 here, like any second right now. And then it's another approximately 5 minutes, right, to get like an Ostwind. Which is late, but it's way closer than Isildur is to any vehicle.
The enemy is attempting to steal our sector. Frontier building has been lost.
There you go, MG bunker is now down, but the map is looking extremely red.
We have been assigned fresh Panzergrenadier. The enemy
We have
is
a
taking our
Panzergren
territory.
250 off track. Now that is interesting. I don't think there is snares yet for Mr. Isildur. There really isn't. Of course, this one doubles. If you reach vet 1, you can also start reinforcing from this. So
Territory is
pretty good vet 1 on this vehicle if you can manage to get there. Easy dodge there from Isildur. And the assist gun connects once, needs one more shot. Does he get behind the arc? Yes, it does. Still no snares. As the 250 half track is shuffling, we have a second 80 gun. Trying to get there in time. He's using the setup. But surely the second 80 gun will stop this from happening. Still no snares, however, but that second 80 gun is going to finish the job. Yes, indeed. As this MG is just firing into the window here. I mean, it's some manpower damage, but since he doesn't have an 80 gun of his own, Abradolf that is, he can't really destroy it. I did grab a second assault grenadier coming out here. Oh, very close there. And what a great engagement here for the Panzergrens. It's like one of those few engagements where the Panzergren is so good. It's approximately this distance, right? It's just so insane. One model less there, and he's killed what? 10 kills for one. That's a 10-1 KD on that Panzergrenadier. Oh. That's the third bundle nade, I believe, thrown, but they've all been dodged, so definitely not the best result so far. Yeah, cutoff is taken once again. Isildur is closing in on the T70 though. But he certainly does not have the manpower for it. This P-Grunt might want to retreat here. It feels a bit overextended. He's holding the VP or the cutoff, but you don't want to risk losing now already. As the 120mm starts the counter barrage here. Oh. Oh. That's one hit. Might get decrewed again here, losing its vet 2. It has that Pioneer to instantly recruit though. Yeah, it does get decrewed. Yeah, he forces away some more conscripts. We do have this double cis gun here. Could do some cheeky cis barrages. He can afford 2 hits, so... The 120mm is delivering so much damage here. Up to 11 kills, but the health damage can't really be underestimated, right? He's vet 2 already. And that mortar might be stolen here, wow. Real change of pace here. P-Grunts are close range. I mean, they do well in close range, but I would consider this to be medium, no? Isn't this medium range? Pretty sure that's medium. Surely, I would say they were even more favored in close range versus conscripts, though. I was about to say, Grens might lose this, but because of the sweeper, I don't think the Grens will. But yeah, here you go, T70, still not getting that composition, I feel like. He's got battle phase 2, Ostwind is about a minute away still, so T70 has some free reign here, because there's only one snare on the field, no pack gun. Guess he could go Stug E, but I feel like that would be weird. But this is anything but ordinary, so maybe he does go Stuggy.
The enemy is taking our territory.
But yeah, this T-70 is relentless. And Abradolf seems to be disrespecting it a bit here by simply ignoring it, in my opinion. Losing that machine gun, could lose the Panzer Grenadier as well, since there's nothing stopping the T-70 here. And it might even be that Isildur or Abradolf threw in the towel here. No, he didn't actually, never mind.
We have lost a squad.
Well, surely that should end the game though. But yeah, very interesting how Abradolf almost pulled this off. He definitely had Isildur eating his own tail there for a couple minutes, so. But yeah, looking at the army compositions at this point, we can kind of see who came out ahead here. He could improve, yeah, I definitely think there's improvements. I mean, Kimbo in chat used to run or do something similar. I've seen Paula do similar things as well, especially with Ostruppen builds, so.
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
But it's never been like this forward bunker thing going on. There you go, Ostwind, but I feel like that T-70 has already done a shit ton of damage here.
Enemy forces are securing our territory.
That's the third wipe there for the T-70. So we have a light artillery barrage on the Siskan. Does get away there before the first shells. Sometimes what can happen is these two boys gets hit, and that usually means you get stunned in the artillery, which can be quite bad. Also, Isla is trying to capture this, but he's actually not Vet 1 yet, so he can't capture with the recon mode. That's a bit unlucky there for Isla. I guess he has presumed after 3 wipes it should be Vet 1, but it really isn't, so. And that is wipe number 4. Still not Vet 1. And I don't know, I think the game is over. Something similar. I think it's just really important though to like, he's had 30,000 games. We're gonna take a look at the player card in a second, but it's just so well prepared, right? He knew the timings, he knew where to sit up. I don't think it's as intuitive as one might think. And it definitely takes some practice making this work. There you go. Yeah, GG.